Oh, well, it's good to have you back. Now that we're here, we'll start talking. That's our discussion segment. And to help us talk this morning, Nkechi Udebuka, the Executive Director, Whispering Hope Africa Initiative, has joined us. Nkechi, you're welcome.
Thank you, and good morning.
Morning. I must say, you're looking good.
Thank you.
Welcome. And then what are we talking about? Today is International Day of the Girl Child. And what we'll have for you is preparing the girl child for work as we mark the International Day of the Girl Child. The International Day of the Girl Child is celebrated annually on 11th October. The main aims of the day are to promote girls' empowerment and fulfillment of their human rights, while also highlighting the challenges that girls all over the world face. The International Day of the Girl Child was launched in 2012 by the United Nations General Assembly. And as you very much know, that a day like this, important people all over the world, will send messages to women because they are the most important species that God has created. David saying, am I wrong, Dave? It's two against one.
I hope I'm safe this morning. You know, the other time we talked about two Davids against you, so you are now bringing it against me now. All right.
But it's two against one. Yes, now you have not had train a boy. You have trained just an individual. But if you train a girl, you train a nation.
Today is
so when you're talking about a nation,
today is International Day for the Girl Child, so let me not argue that. Let's
where you are sandwiched between two girls, two big girls for that matter. Okay. First of all, before we go on, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Anambra State, Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, has sent a message congratulating the girl child for their day. I think we'll have to take that message first before we go.
Yes, we have the message is split into bullet points here. Special attention to girl child education will equip and guarantee bright future for them. Only through education can we promote girls' empowerment and fulfillment of their human rights. The average girl child is the most vulnerable and easily targeted by predators. It is our duty as parents and guardians to continuously teach and equip them with survival tips at home and also ensure that they get the best education. We have, as a young girl, I learned the rudiments, that's quoting Her Excellency, as a young girl I learned the rudiments of housekeeping and necessary etiquettes and more by staying close to my mother, and those have been my guiding principle through life journey. Modern society is confronted with drastic changes leading to breakdown of values, which in turn exacerbates issues like child marriage, trafficking, access to services regarding poverty and sexual health, and gender-based violence. Education and enlightenment remains the most effective tool for assuring safety of the girl child. Parents should not be deterred by daily survival challenges, but rather remain steadfast in their commitment to the well-being of the girl child. Skills training and empowerment of young girls and women is one of the cardinal programs of Mrs. Obiano's NGO, CAFE, through which they are groomed to be self-reliant. That's from the messages coming from Her Excellency Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano to women, young girls, and everyone involved, stakeholders, on this day of the International Day for the Girl Child.
Just the girls, please. I hope somebody's not getting jealous. It's not for everybody.
I wouldn't, certainly.
Okay, now that we're back, we want to thank Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano for that wonderful message that has gone out for the girls, both the bigger ones and the younger ones. Okay, let's start with you now, Kechi. Who is that girl child that we are celebrating today?
Okay. I do say that International Day of the Girl Child. Personally, I call it marking the African girl child. That's what we are celebrating, because the girl child in the developed country, their experiences differs from what the African girl child is having. So we look at the age, young girls from primary school to secondary school age. So those are the ones we are remembering because they are the tender age growing up. So those are the age range, the primary schools, those in the primary schools and those in the secondary schools. And yesterday, we went to a few schools yesterday. One of the challenges the African girl child is facing is what we are looking into. Yeah, it's true that United Nations every year bring out a theme for the year. But we try to bring it down to our environment.
Domesticate.
Yes, because what they are experiencing over there in the global world might be different from the challenges that need serious attention in the African land.
Environment.
Yes. So what we actually discovered yesterday, yes, they have a team with a skilled workforce. We went to this school in one of the rural communities in Anambra State. We discovered we had a session with girls in the school. And what we discovered, gave us a provoking thought on how the way they are being bullied by the boys. If they refuse to their friendship, they have to force them to rape them. So some are the challenges. And then in the community where there is no power, no light, the girl said they can't study at night.
Okay, before we get to the challenges that the girl child is facing, please, we want to look at, first of all, the theme of this year's celebration, which says, with her, a skilled girl force. What does that mean?
Okay, that means when you look at the world today, without technology, you can't go far. Now, you don't say, when we say technology, that doesn't mean that everybody must go into ICT. No. If you are a journalist, there is a technological aspect of it you have to learn. If you are a nurse, a girl child who wants to become a nurse in the future, a doctor, a lawyer, there is always the technological aspect of it you need to incorporate into your profession. Without that, in the nearest future, we'll see that if you don't have that technological aspect, even if you're a PhD, master's in certificates, you have that, you find out that a girl child who just finished from secondary school and has the technological aspect of it who can easily get a job more than you who have more than the person who has masters in whatever field. So with her, a skilled girl force, we are trying to build their capacity.
Those of them that are in school.
Yes.
Where do you incorporate? All of them will not go to school.
Yes,
there are
or
some of them.
people that don't have access to schools.
Yes.
How do you manage?
How do you incorporate this one to what we're doing?
Now, most of the schools today, they look at the intelligence, this girl is very brilliant. She's so good in her studies, but that's not what we are looking at today. Even if you don't go to school, workforce, you have a skill, you have a talent.
How do you reach them?
Now, we have what we call a mentoring session. Every year, we do to mark the International Women's Day. And that's what we are going to do again this time around. We select those young girls and mentor them for 1 year. And how do we do that? You mustn't be in school. Now, we get an established women who are already established in their skill, who are already established in their field of work, and cross-match them with young girls who are already coming up. You understand? So with that, the established, successful woman who is already established in her skill will mentor the young girl coming up in a related skill. So with that, she grows with that and able to gain some skills that will sustain her for life.
Okay, apart from what our first study is doing in these states, the skill acquisition centers that are here and there, I know that no one will fall marker. Do you understand Igbo?
Yes.
Ndị nke ka nọ na village na-arụ onugbu ụtụtụ ọgba ọzọ jee na mmiri ruo onugbu jele ọdeje akwụkwọ.
Or more about these trainings or something.
So kedu mba na-agba to reach out to these people?
Okay, now, thank you for that question. My organization, the Whispering Hope, our target audience is people, women living in the slums and rural communities. We don't work with those in the cities or in the urban because we believe they have access to some of those things we are talking about. Now, looking at that's why we target those in the slums and rural, and we've been doing that for about 4 years now in Anambra State. And how do we get them? We go to the communities. We listen to their challenges. 2 weeks ago, yes, I got an American. We went to Oruku. Young girls, Onubu, Kahana for a living. You understand? It's a skill.
It is.
Now, what do, of course, and they export those ones because I had a session with them. They said after that, Nandine they package and export outside the country. You understand? So, not because she didn't go to school, that doesn't deprive her from having a skill. So, what do? We took her in, some of them, to mentor them, to actually help them to repackage what they are doing to be on a standard level. Technology, but we are talking of the value chain, the processes involved. Okay. If you don't do that in a standard way, you may not be able to market yourself internationally.
Internationally. No. Watch International Day of the Girl Child. Celebrate come on, I see from when you're either you're a young girl or an old girl. Old Girls Association. So girl is a girl. So I find a nebanyanya tata. Kege si we nebalo mwako mwanya yellow faka kafa we discover who they are. When we can fit more in if I both here and globally. Onya and anywelo onya ina no bo Miss Nkechi Udebuka or anyana Kali Tata. What the Madeo?
Yes, I was privy to your experiences. I read some of them while we were visiting some of the schools, and I discovered that through the range of the points you raised, something like facing challenges in education, there is a point here. Each time I want to study at home, I'm being disallowed by my uncle, so it affects me when I come to school. I'm struggling to communicate and meet up with class activities, and I don't know how to read well. Boys are bullying us, the girls, just because we are girls. That's some of the points you raised that the girls raised. Now, I'm surprised to an extent that in an age like this, those cultural mindset, societal challenges are what girls still pass through. Why has it remained like this? Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
Ema biko Batnata TV gi, Batnata TV gi. Ema si oka.
Onyoma Batnata TV gi. I know ya na-ekwu.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Because you lower the volume of your TV set.
And then it is show eventually before you went up one. Or the my own photo I for putana na Ebama before them. Anina okay.
That's WHAI whispering why when you visited a community secondary school in Chida, and those are some of the experiences you shared from these girls. I asked, why has this kind of challenges sustained even at a time like this, 2018, 21st century?
Well, it's surprising to some of those that has been living in the city.
Okay.
But such is still existing in some of the rural communities. We encounter such every day when we visit some of the rural communities where we work.
So what will be, how do we get to those levels? What's the solution? How do we find out?
Now,
like you see the cases of bullying, rape of young girls still continuing, and you know it has a way to dampen the morale of these young girls.
Exactly. It affects them. These young girls, they grow with it psychologically, emotionally. It affects them. So now there's one thing I don't believe in. When you empower a girl child, you leave the boys. I don't believe in that.
I was going to ask you that because I know that in the olden days, they will always tell you, Kedifa na azuru mwana wanya ba ama onye ozo na ezucha anya obula ozuri na wa na abe nwoke ozo yotago mana it does appear no change go now. Kedu ife anyi kwesịrị ime nu ka we make sure na ife a na-emelu nwoke ka a na-emelu nwanyị ka ha nwee ike fit into the society.
Okay. The girl child, as I said earlier, if you empower a girl child and you leave the boys, they will come and suppress, the training they've gotten. So I always encourage the boys should also be empowered, sensitized. When they are sensitized and empowered, they'll be able to discover, what they are doing to the girls. You get it?
Yes.
So that's why at times we work with the youth to be able to educate them, sensitize them, and know how to go about all these things. But whereby we always focus on the girl child, the women, and all that. When they go back to the society, the men, because they are not enlightened in those things, the girls already, they will kind of suppress or ignore them and not taking whatever the girls are coming with.
Okay, special attention to girl child education will equip and guarantee bright future for them. What does it mean?
Really equip and guarantee.
We're talking about girl child education.
Okay.
How do we use it to equip and guarantee a brighter future for young ones?
Now, what I have to say is special attention, not just education.
Okay.
Yeah, anybody can go to school, acquire the certificate, but the morality and other things are not there.
The well-being of the girl child.
Exactly, is not there.
Okay, how does she feel? In a monetopia grow, need the help. You got that attention that the first lady is talking about.
Now, let me share with you from some of the experiences we had visiting some of these girls' schools. The teachers will be like, you mean these girls opened up to you? Because they said they never opened up to them, to their parents, to their teachers. But maybe I'm a counselor by profession, maybe the way the process is I work with them, they'll be like, they opened up and shared so many things, revealed so many to us.
Let us look at this one too.
Only through education can we promote girls' empowerment and fulfillment of their human rights.
Yeah, this education is not just about in the school, no. It could be at home, it could be in your environment, in the community. It's part of education. So it is only through that. And whatever you receive, give to a girl child without mentorship, very, very vital. Because that's from my experience, that's what I've discovered. They need mentors. Most of the African girl children need mentorship. Because with the mentorship, it will be sustainable. The education they've acquired, the skill they've acquired, the knowledge, everything will be sustainable. But if you just train and leave them without mentors, without the mentorship, I think it's not going to
How do we succeed?
Okay, so let's look at this one, Dave. Let's look at this one.
The average girl child
is very, very important.
is the most vulnerable and easily targeted by predators. It is our duty as parents and guardians to continuously teach and equip them with survival tips at home and also ensure that they get the best education.
Correct.
How do we handle the issue of
I like the survival words.
Skills?
Exactly.
Ever came with a serious problem.
Survival tips.
Our young girls are very vulnerable. Look at this in case you want to pick anything. They're very vulnerable now.
I think when the parents don't know about this, how would they inculcate that into their children?
But she talked about predators here. Who are the predators? That the girl child should be very careful. Handling. Who are these predators? Talking about the boys that rape,
It's still coming down to the same thing I'm saying. In the family, at home, most parents don't know their roles, responsibilities as parents. If they are able to, expose their kids to all this, train them, they will be able to avoid those.
Yes, because now when you talk of predators, you think those boys not need Your younger brother could come in and defy your daughter.
Family members, older people, even women.
Your brother-in-laws, even house defy the girl child in the house. These are the predators that we are looking at. And as a parent, as a mentor, these are the things you tell your girl child to watch out for. Be very careful.
I had an experience counseling teenagers some time ago. We have as a young girl, I learned the rudiments of housekeeping and necessary etiquette. That's coming from the wife of the governor. More by staying close to my mother, and those have been my guiding principle through life journey.
I think she is so lucky. Most African girl children are not so lucky as our first lady. I'll tell you from experience, most of the young girls we work with, if we happen to visit get back to their parents, they are always disappointed. Because the parents are not motivating them in any way.
Now, talking about creating family skills, what you emphasize on is family skills.
Exactly.
At times, it seems we focus more on giving children family skills more than skills to survive in the society.
Why we've not made much success is that at the end of the day, these girls go back to their families, and the mother will be like, you must do the one I told you. The parents don't have this knowledge or skill. How would they not transfer?
And you don't give what you don't have.
Exactly.
Growing up, some young girls will tell you now their mother and working on say no chain or you know that they dime and all without telling them actually if you get me with dime. Let's take this one. As we are
modern society is confronted with drastic changes leading to breakdown of values, which in turn exacerbates issues like child marriage, trafficking, access to services regarding poverty, and sexual health and gender-based violence.
I find you ought to go sexual harassment on the young girl, and then when they be police now in school, we discover that most of them, the boys will check them and they say no, na factory maybe na mami agwala okay, and then I can get up rape when you rape, and all the rest of them are threatening.
And this kind of thing affects them emotionally. Yeah, like the one that shared with me yesterday, she said it disturbs her that those boys, each time she passes by, they will mock her, they will call her names and all that. So psychologically, it's already affecting her, even on her studies. You know.
Now, looking at, you talked about modeling, having models, role models. Yeah. Now, I wanted to share an experience of working with teenagers, boys and girls, but you discover that most of these girls is like it is in a rural community. A ceiling is placed above what they look up to. Because the women they see daily in their villages are people who ended at a particular level, and they seem not to move above that. When they come to their families, share the experiences of what they learned in Sunday school, their parents will be telling them, look, this thing is not meant for you.
Somebody has joined us. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, welcome. What's your name?
Yes, Barrister Joseph from the land.
Okay. All right, okay, welcome, Barrister.
Yes, my contribution on what you have this morning is that as we try to see that the girl child is protected from maybe sexual harassment or other things.
Emotional as well.
I think the parents have a lot to do. Some parents now are so busy that they don't even have time to look into what is happening in the house. Especially some mates who will be there with them. And again, what they will also have to ask, what do we put on? Some of these are like girl child. How do we address them as they grow up? Because these are some of the things that will attract people negatively to them. So as a mother or as a father, what you put on, how do you address this child so that people will not begin to look at her negatively?
Negatively,
so
thank you.
The kind of duty and responsibility of the parents to make sure that these children are properly dressed. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you very much. Okay, we're still moving on. Let's look at the next. Okay, you are sharing your experience there.
Yes, and I was saying, how do we get these kids beyond that level of kind of people they look up to who maybe are restrained by what we are trying to help them come out from?
Okay, what we do, I have professional colleagues who grew up in the village and today they are doing well in their different careers. So what I do, I try to bring them to come and talk to those girls, share their experiences, how they struggled, how they made it in life. So with that, the girls are motivated.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello. Okay, go on.
Okay, so hearing a true life story that someone that was there like them in their own shoes, and today she's up there. So it's quite motivating. Most of them will pick up, trying to move further. They are so excited, they are inspired, they want to do more. And you see them always coming for mentorship and, to do things.
I see. You guys are doing a big job. Let's look at this one, Dave.
All right, 6th point, education and enlightenment remains the most effective tools for assuring safety of the girl child.
Yeah. Enlightenment, it matters a lot.
And I think that's exactly what you're doing.
That's what we are. We need to expose them, enlighten them.
And what kind of enlightenment are you talking about? The last caller just said that the mother should watch the kind of dress they wear their children. You don't wear the skimpy things and then you expect them not to be abused.
There are a lot of things to be enlightened them about the girls in the communities. And as I said earlier, I know we focus on those in the slums and rural communities. They are not really exposed. So they are lacking in so many things. And it is not their fault. It is not their fault.
It's not their fault.
Until you offer them those services and they don't accept or they don't pick it up, it becomes that, oh, they were not making use of it.
Yes.
So we are really creating a lot of empowerment, enlightenment, sensitization for them to actually look into themselves and be able to acquire skills. So it is not until you enlighten them, offer them the skills, and it's working for us. We have some success stories from those communities that will really...
We would like to hear some of them, but let's take this first.
Parents should not be deterred by daily survival challenges, but remain steadfast in their commitment to the well-being of the girl child.
Emmanuel, the kind of things we see these days, even in a state like us with free education or some of these students from one will take for the abandon for the so many challenges.
That's why I said the parents have a lot of role to play. They need to help us. Some of these girls, they go back to their families after school. And they come back the next day and tell me that they are not allowed to study at home. I'll ask why. They said they have a lot of home chores to do, activities. I said, okay, try to, maybe before you go to bed, study for maybe 30 minutes. In a community where there's no light, they said there's no light for them to study at night. And if they want to do due to poverty, the parents will say, oh, they are reserving the kerosene they have for the
burning my kerosene or candle.
Exactly. So some of those challenges, are what they are facing. Now, what I call challenges is something I can bring a solution to. And the problem is the one that is above me.
Okay.
I can't. So when you talk of power now, or in those communities, I would say, it's a problem to me. It's not a challenge because I can't prefer solution. It's not something I could do. There are some of them challenges that we're already working on. But the power on is in a community is a problem that I can't really, do something on.
So talking about girl child.
As we are running off, do you have any activity that's going on in your organization? How do we contact you and all the rest of things as we are running off?
You need me to give the contact,
yes,
phone or email, I don't know.
Any of them, anyone available, people might want to pick up.
As I said earlier, we focus on empowering women and girls. And there are a lot of opportunities all over the world. Wasting, I call it wasting, and our women are not tapping into this. So what we try to do, to expose them to all these numerous opportunities out there. We complain, we are being marginalized, some of these things are available, just that we don't know how to tap into them. So my organization, what we do is to expose them to all these opportunities and help them to, to assess them and benefit from both national and international.
So how do we reach you? If somebody is watching now that want to reach you for one question or the other.
Okay, let me give out my contacts.
Do you mind?
Yes.
Okay, if you do, don't worry. But what about your email and other things?
Okay, a contact number I'll leave behind.
Okay.
So the number is 080.
Okay.
33842029.
Could you please call it again?
080.
This time slower.
08033842029. And when you when they call in, I can direct them to the Facebook page or the website. They will get more details of what we do.
Okay, we're leaving. What is your own message to the girl child?
Okay, for the girl child, on this day, I'm standing with the African girl child. As I said, it's the African girl child because I'm passionate about Africa and I love this continent so much. So that's why I celebrate everything about Africa. So on this day, I celebrate them and I'm committing all my energy and resources to develop the African girl child so that we can remove the gender barriers she faces. They can make it, but let's just give them the basic things they need.
All right. Have you heard it? The African girl child, you can make it, okay? And I stand with the African girl child too. I stand with all the girls in the world, but for the African girl child, I want to align with it. Thank you very much, Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano, for the wonderful message that you have sent out for the African girl child, or for any child, the girl child all over the world. Okay? And we'd like to thank you very much, Nkechi Udewoka, the Executive Director, Whispering Hope Africa Initiative, WHAI. Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
All right. Dave.
And from me, I will advise parents, society, to work on this domineering attitude of the boys, thinking that they are superior, more intelligent, more brilliant, more innovative than the girls. Because if we continue to sustain that, we'll continue to have problem raising our girl child. So when we tell boys, these people are to complement, not for you to compete with them or predate on them as sexual instruments or tools. We can make a better society.
It's good coming from a guy. Just take this. I want to give you this. Thank you very much. Thank you.